Beach, VA. And she says, "Oh, Mr. Spearing." I said, "Yes, this is he." She says, "Well, I want to tell you your results." Now, I'm ready for it. So she says, "Well, you have cancer." So my first thought was, wow, how relieving that is to know that I'm going to die of something that I know I'm going to die of. You know, a lot of people don't know they're going to die, and then it happens. So I said, okay. And she says, "Oh, no, you don't understand. You have 3 forms of cancer. You have a slow mover, you have a medium mover, and then you have an aggressive form of cancer." So I asked the lady, I said, "Nurse, if I do nothing right now, just hang up on the phone and go hop on my Harley and go off in the sunset, what do I got? What's my chances?" So she says, "You have 12 months to 2 months, 12 months to 2 years if you do nothing." So I decided, I said, "Okay, well, what treatment plan do you have for me?" And she says, "Well, we can give you radiation, chemo, and surgery. All of these folks are killing you to kill the cancer that's killing you. There's nothing good about any of this poison." So I elected to take the radiation because you can pinpoint it, and today, 20 years ago, it wasn't possible. So during this time, when they set up the time for the radiation, I went to the beach and I needed to have a miracle. And I get this phone call 2 minutes later. And it's a voice I know well, for I had met this person a few years earlier down in the Keys. And it was an angelic voice. And she tells me that she has a gift for me of life. And I said, "A gift of life? Okay, what is it?" So she explains what it does and how I can get it. And I signed up instantly. I said, "I want this right now because I asked for a miracle. Here it is. How can you walk away from something like this?" And during this time, I set up my radiation period. So I would go through 90 days of the patch and 45 days of radiation. So after my treatment, I said to myself, well, I'm going to go live my life, be the best grandpa I can be, and not worry whether I got cancer anymore, because they can't do anything more for me. And I was not going to take chemo. So in 90 days, I was going in for another blood test. So I did. This was the beginning of December. I go in for my annual blood test, and my doctor calls me in, and she says, "Everything looks great. You've got the results of a 40-year-old. However, let's look at the PSA." So she turns a page and she looks at the PSA number and she goes, "Wow, I've never seen this in my career." So now I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm either a couple points higher and I'm going to have to go through all this radiation again, or at best I'm a couple points lower and it's working. Well, no, she says, "Captain Silky, your number is 0.05 from a 6.1. So I'm not even in a contender now for cancer anymore.